Black holes are fascinating cosmic entities that have captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike. These mysterious objects are known for their immense gravity and their ability to warp the very fabric of space-time. But what if we took this concept one step further and asked, what if everything we know about the universe exists within a black hole? This idea may seem far-fetched, but it's actually a serious scientific theory that has been proposed by some of the brightest minds in the field. Before we delve into this mind-bending concept, it's important to understand what a black hole actually is. A black hole is a region in space from which nothing can escape, not even light. This means that once something crosses the event horizon of a black hole, it can never return to the outside world. Black holes are typically formed when a star collapses at the end of its life, and they are characterized by their mass, charge, and spin. The size of a black hole is known as its Schwarzschild radius, which is the distance from the center of the black hole to the event horizon. The greater the mass of a black hole, the larger its Schwarzschild radius. Now, let's consider what would happen if our entire universe existed within a black hole. To do this, we need to make a few assumptions. First, we'll assume that our universe is flat, meaning that it doesn't have any curvature. We'll also assume that our universe is homogeneous, meaning that it looks the same in all directions. Finally, we'll assume that our universe is made up of only matter and radiation. With these assumptions in mind, we can use Einstein's theory of general relativity to model our universe as a black hole. According to general relativity, the behavior of objects in space-time is determined by the curvature of space-time itself. This means that the presence of matter and energy in the universe would affect the curvature of space-time, and that curvature would in turn affect the motion of those objects. In the case of a black hole, the curvature of space-time is so extreme that it creates a region from which nothing can escape. If our entire universe were to collapse into a black hole, everything we know would cease to exist. As we currently understand it, time would stop at the event horizon, and we would no longer be able to observe anything beyond that point. This means that we would effectively be cut off from the rest of the universe. It's important to note that while time would stop at the event horizon, it wouldn't necessarily stop throughout the entire universe. There could still be regions beyond the event horizon where time continued to flow, but we would be unable to observe them. One of the most fascinating aspects of this scenario is what would happen to light. As we know, light is an electromagnetic wave that travels at a constant speed through space. However, in the presence of a black hole, this would no longer be true. The intense gravity near the event horizon would cause light to be stretched or redshifted, meaning that it would lose energy as it moved away from the black hole. Eventually, the light would become so redshifted that it would no longer be visible to the human eye. In addition, the gravitational forces near the black hole would also cause light to be bent or distorted, making it appear as though the universe were being warped and twisted. Another interesting question to consider is what would happen to the fundamental forces of nature. These forces, which include gravity, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, are what hold matter together and govern the behavior of the universe. In the case of gravity, we already know that it would be incredibly strong near the event horizon of a black hole. This is what causes objects to fall into the black hole in the first place. But what would happen to the other forces? Would they be amplified as well, or would they be weakened? The answer is that it depends on the exact nature of the black hole and the distribution of matter around it. However, it's possible that these forces could be significantly altered, leading to strange and unexpected behavior. In addition to the fundamental forces, the collapse of the universe into a black hole would also affect the behavior of individual atoms and molecules. The intense gravity and radiation near the event horizon could cause atoms to be ripped apart, releasing their constituent protons, neutrons, and electrons. Molecules would also be broken down into their basic components, leading to a complete breakdown of matter as we know it. Despite the seemingly chaotic nature of this scenario, there is a surprising amount of order to it. The behavior of objects near a black hole is highly predictable and follows well-established laws of physics. In fact, black holes are some of the most studied objects in the universe, and scientists have a good understanding of how they behave. This means that while the collapse of the universe into a black hole would be a highly unusual and extreme event, it would nonetheless follow the same laws that govern the behavior of objects near black holes in our own universe. It's important to note that this scenario is purely hypothetical, and there's no evidence to suggest that our universe exists within a black hole. However, it's a thought experiment that can help us better understand the nature of black holes and the laws of physics that govern the universe. In fact, this scenario is closely related to the concept of the heat death of the universe, which is a theoretical end state of the universe in which everything in the universe has reached maximum entropy and no more work can be done. In this scenario, the universe would essentially be in a state of thermal equilibrium, and all stars would have burned out, leaving only black holes and cold, dark matter. While this scenario is also hypothetical, it's considered to be a much more likely possibility than the collapse of the universe into a single black hole. So what if everything we know does exist inside a black hole? It would mean that we are trapped in a region from which nothing can escape, cut off from the rest of the universe. Time would stop at the event horizon, and we would no longer be able to observe anything beyond that point. Light would be redshifted and distorted, and the fundamental forces of nature would be altered, leading to the breakdown of matter as we know it. While this scenario is purely hypothetical, it's a fascinating thought experiment that can help us better understand the nature of black holes and the laws of physics that govern the universe. It also highlights the incredible power and mystery of these enigmatic objects, which continue to captivate the imaginations of scientists and the public alike. As we continue to explore the depths of space and learn more about the universe around us, we may find that our understanding of black holes and their role in the cosmos is even more profound than we currently imagine. And who knows, we may even discover that our entire universe exists within a black hole, a concept that may seem far-fetched, but is actually a serious scientific theory that has been proposed by some of the brightest minds in the field. But before we leave, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think would happen if everything we know existed inside a black hole? Would we be trapped forever? Would we be able to escape? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun science videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Now check out another video on Does God Live in a Black Hole?